Hello dear robots, welcome to my channel. I've been thinking about freedom and independence a lot, which is natural because we're celebrating Independence Day out here in India. And when you think about freedom and when you think about independence, it naturally compels you to think about what freedom and independence isn't. To varying degrees, all of us are free to live our lives the way that we want to live and to create the things in our lives that we want to create. But have you ever thought about why you want to do certain things, why you like certain things, and why you don't like certain things, and why the certain things that you like and why the certain things that you dislike came to be in the first place? All of these questions are the same questions, but I decided to mention all of them because I'm free to do that. But why? Well, we're all robots. In a lot of ways, we're all running on certain programs that have been bestowed upon us due to the places that we've lived in, due to the people that we've met, due to the type of upbringing that we've had, the type of parents that we were blessed with or not so blessed with, and the type of situations that we've encountered in our life. And our subconscious mind, she has perfected our programs so that we can always run in the best ways possible. Now these programs, they can both be positive and negative. Mostly they're negative because these programs, they hinder us from reaching our fullest potentials, because these programs are solely created to keep us safe. And when you're naturally looking for safety, naturally seeking things that are practical and things that are grounded and things that are sensible, there's not a lot of growth that can be had in such situations. And the best part about all of this is that you don't even know what your programs are. More often than not, these programs are constantly running in the background, just like with the robot. But you can find out what your programs are by noticing what's going on in your life, the types of patterns that are repeating, types of things that you want to achieve in life but you are unable to achieve in life, the types of people that you live with, the types of patterns that they have in their lives, and if you actually like those people or do not like those people. Because if you like them, then you're likely to copy them, but if you dislike them, then there's like a 90% chance that you'll be copying them because you dislike them so much. Which is why, we shouldn't dislike things just for the sake of it. Now these programs, they can also be inherited from our ancestors, from the people that we have interacted with, but they can also be carried forward through our past lives. Now you don't actually have to believe in past lives to... So for example, if someone in your family has associated money and power with something negative because they've seen the negative ways of other people when they were rich or they had power. So if they associate negativity with having a lot of abundance, there is a chance that in your life you do want money and you do want power, but there's a part of you that is completely resistant to the idea of having abundance because she associates negativity with having a lot. Or if you've had a bad experience with being famous, being in the limelight, being seen. For example, in school days, we've all performed in front of a lot of people, and we've all had both positive and negative situations happening during our performances, probably all frozen while giving a speech or doing a debate, even if you were like killing it before, and then that might have been a really bad situation for you. That could create a negative connotation with performing, with being seen by people, and with putting your perspective out there. So what will happen is, the next time when you trying to come seen, when you're trying to voice your opinion, for example, you're trying to voice your opinion, you will freeze, your heart will race, and you will want to run away, and you will think that, oh no, I'm an introverted person, this is not something that I can do. Or when you're trying to earn a lot of money, you're in for a raise, and then you'll fuck shit up because your mind, she's just trying to protect y'all. Okay, these programs are only meant to protect you. Now, she doesn't know better. I mean, she does, but her entire shtick is to save you and to protect you. And unless you teach her that I don't need to be protected, I mean, a lot of money and a lot of power is good. It's not that it's bad. It's just that it's probably bad in just some people's hands, which is sure, yeah, it is bad in some people's hands, but not in yours. So what you must do is to reprogram your mind, is to change those programmings. There are a lot of ways actually. One of the best ways to reprogram your mind is to look at the manifestation community, learn something from them. Because manifestation, we think of manifestation as, appeasing a god, or manipulating the universe into getting what you want, or doing mindless affirmation work, just hoping one day, the other shoe would drop and then you'll be rich and famous and you'll have everything that you want, the love of your life. But the sole purpose of these manifestation techniques are to create a change within you first. You come first. You're the common denominator. If you are having trouble creating money or love or any other positive situation in your life, you're the common denominator. You're the issue. Sorry to say. I'm sorry. I love you. But you're the issue. And that's fine. Because what if it was someone out there? If they were the issue, you wouldn't be able to change them. It's very difficult to, create a change in other people, but it's relatively easier to create a change in yourself if you want to and if you know how to. So, like I was saying, manifestation community, check them out. Look at them. But also, when you're doing those techniques, when you're doing scripting and, where you're doing the SATs and all of those good things, don't do them with the sole purpose of, creating a change on the outside. Your sole purpose should be to create a change on the inside first. So while you're doing affirmation work, don't parrot them. I mean, if that works for you, that works for you. But if it doesn't work for you, don't parrot those affirmations. What you can do instead is to feel it. So when you're saying, okay, I'm rich, just for a moment, just take a moment and then try to feel what it would be like to be rich. And if you have a negative programming about being rich, it'll feel really uncomfortable to think about being rich. Then you can actually start trying out shadow work. Shadow work is a great way to uncover these hidden programs and then to integrate them into your life. To shadow work, you can find out that, okay, so this program has been serving me for so long. This is the reason why it was serving me. And here's what I can do to stop programming from continuing forth. So manifestation techniques, but allowing them to change you rather than just to parrot them or just to do them for the heck of it. Then shadow work you can try out. You can also try hypnosis, which is something that I've been invested into these days. I've actually been really invested into past life regressions. I don't know how I came about this once again in my life, but here we are. We're back to the basics. And it's really interesting. Actually, I'm going to make a video on past life regressions and my experience with it, because past life regression hypnosis have been really helpful to me. I feel much more confident and I feel much more comfortable about things after doing them. So maybe if that's something that you're into, go for it. Knock yourself out, babe, because, life is too short. Life is too short and you can live your entire life with the same programming, earning the same sort of money every day, all day, every day, having the same sort of shitty love life all day, every day, and just wondering why me? Why do I have to be okay with peanuts? And why do I have to be okay with people being mean to me? Whatever your current situation is, you know that better than anybody else. And once you recognize what has been hindering you, once you recognize how that programming is serving you, the biggest question that you can ask yourself is, what am I trying to prove by being a certain way? What am I trying to prove by earning this much every month? What am I trying to prove to myself? What am I trying to prove to the world? Maybe it's a martyrdom complex. Maybe you're trying to prove to yourself or to other people that it's actually possible to live with menial means, or maybe you're trying to prove to the world that, okay, you deserve better, but the world is so mean and the world is so bad that it does not serve you. Yeah, sure, it's true, the world is mean, life is not easy, but you don't have to hack yourself to prove that it isn't. Pull out your journal and then I want you to write out a set of programs that you think you have. Look at repeating patterns in your life and notice, okay, so this is a repeating pattern. Okay, so I've always been betrayed in love, always been rejected, or I've always had other people judge me, or I've always been left out, people have always been mean to me, or that I've always had to scrape by financially. You get the gist. What have you always felt like you've had to face in your life? Be very honest with yourself, because nobody's going to read those words. Nobody's going to judge you for them. And it's actually not wrong to have those programs. They were serving you. In a lot of ways, these programs are serving you. So ask yourself, okay, so I've always been rejected. How is this serving me? how does always being rejected serve me? And the first answer that you're going to get is, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's not serving me. It's not good for me. Why do I have to face this? And I get it, sweetheart. I do. Because I'm you. I've also faced these things. But once you actually start dwelling deeper into these scenarios, you'll realize that there is something. Maybe you have a fear of being taken for a ride. Maybe you have a fear of being taken advantage of. So even before you put yourself out there, you're already rejected. Maybe you have a certain complex about yourself, about your self-worth. And maybe that was exacerbated by the people that you lived with. And so you've inculcated that complex within yourself. And the thing is that you think of these programs as like set in stone, but they're actually not. You just need to recognize them and then to realize, okay, so this is something that is actually benefiting me. Okay, and then what you need to do is to start, first of all, making your subconscious mind realize that you're not in the same situation anymore, and that things are actually better, and that you don't need this negative programming anymore. There are a lot of ways to do that, and I cannot put all of them in one video, so maybe I'll make more videos on conscious mind reprogramming. Let me know if you'd like that. Let me know if you're tired of those programs. You can never escape having programs. I mean, even this, what I'm doing right now, I'm programming you to see that there is something wrong with your programming. There's no escaping programs. It's what gives meaning to life. But once you realize that, your goal is to instill positive programmings into your mindset. For example, if you watch a TV channel, okay, and they always have the yuckiest, the most infuriating TV shows on air all the time, and you're just like, I don't want to watch this anymore, I hate this. But in your mind you think that, okay, but no, I'll just have to watch this channel because this is the only channel in the world. But that's not true. There are other channels in the world with different, more suited programs to you. And once you have the remote in your hand, the remote of your life, the remote to your mind, once you have that in your hand, babe, you can do wonders, and you can change that channel because you've got it. You've got it, girl. You've got it, and I got you. Let's get detailed with reprogramming your subconscious minds. And also, once you have reprogrammed your mind, don't fall back into your old patterns, because familiarity is the bitch. Familiarity, when she comes face to face with you, you are going to want to go back to your old ways and to be the person that you've always been. But you gotta resist it, and you gotta be loyal to the vision that you have in your mind rather than your sob story, because it can be really fun and really enriching in a twisted manner to actually continue to enjoy the negative programs in our life. When we look at weird shit, there's a certain sense of pull towards it, which is why no wonder that even if you know these things, and I'm talking to you and I'm talking to myself, even if you know these things, you don't want to change, you don't want to, because it's kind of fun. But no more. Let's not. You and me, let's not. Pinky promise. And to not actually do it, I've got you. Let's do it together. Bye!